All right, I did a video earlier today. I did an Instagram live, and I just got here to our property where our real estate office is. So, FYI, if you're wondering how the roads are, I was, and because it's freaking cold as crap outside, but what I drove through wasn't icy, so I didn't see ice anywhere. So, if you're wondering about that, I'm not saying get out and drive around in your cars. There weren't very many cars out, but it was fine, and I didn't speed. I drove the normal, or even maybe a little slower than speed limit. Purpose of this video, though, is I started thinking, I was like, I did this Instagram live earlier because I felt God speaking to me and telling me I needed to give this message. And then I just thought about it when I got here. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes the same audience isn't on Facebook. Sometimes those Facebook viewers don't even go to Instagram. They don't even have an Instagram account. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get on here. I'm not going to do the full passion that I did earlier on the Instagram live because I was in the moment. But this is still an important message because when you study successful people, millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, multi-billionaires, data shows that they have very similar things in common, if not many things in common, like almost all. Their daily routines, the things that they do, that they can attribute to their success. And fun fact, most of the people, the top, 20% in the nation, the elite that are making all the money, come from nothing. Which is another interesting fact. So how'd they get there? Well, it shows, the data shows from studying, and I get this from reading and studying, because I read, the data shows that those that are superior to the average Joe attribute it to studying 2 hours more per day. 2 hours. So everyone has the same 168 hours in a week, but what are you doing with those? You have to work, sleep, travel to and from work. If you work outside your house, get ready. Like, there's things you have to do. Then what are you doing with the rest of those hours, right? The most successful people study for 2 hours working on their craft and self-development each day, and the average Joe does not. In fact, the average Joe learns their job or career in the first year of doing it, and then they never learn anymore. They think, I've got this. I don't need to learn anymore. I'm good. And so they stay that way, and they never advance. They make small salary adjustments or wage adjustments up. But as evolution and innovation comes in and people begin training harder and longer and better, they become less than, weaker than, not the best choice for their career path, right? The study of successful people, hi Karen, the study of successful people, Karen, I'm feeling better, notice that, which is like, hallelujah, it's a whole nother story. When you ask those, if you took a study on the most successful people in the world and you ask them what are the things that they could attribute to their success, it's the studying for 2 hours, 7 days a week. What did they do for those 2 hours? 3 things. That's all that they did. They read. They listen, podcasts, audiobooks, whatever, any kind of message for learning, and they attend seminars, workshops, and conferences. That's what they do. Now, they also write, so they journal their goals daily, not just every now and again, daily, because it shows that when you write things down, it gets ingrained in your brain. You memorize it. That's why the people that study, you always tell them, write it down. That's why people take notes. They tell you, write it down. Don't put it in your notes in your phone. Freaking write it down. Because it's the act of doing it that makes it ingrained in your brain. So how can you fit 2 hours into a day? If you're like, oh, I can't do it. I don't have 2 extra hours. Yes, you do. You probably just scrolled around doing nothing or shopped for 2 hours. You didn't need to spend any money. You probably just watch some stupid show for 2 hours that didn't do anything to you. You can make it happen. Here's how I do it. And I've been doing it since 2010. Also, it shows that those that in every year get better and better and better is because they're always in learner mode. They never know it all. They invest in coaching. They invest in seminars. They invest in learning. They invest minimum of 3% of their income on learning, self-development, personal development. Most people, though, that once they reach a higher level, actually invest 10%. I definitely invest 10% and have for a long time. And it's almost like a fix. Like, I need it. I need to be in these rooms. I need to get this bolt of energy of people. I got to get into these places with people like me, like-minded people. I have to find them and learn from them, right? So you pay to go to conferences. You pay to go to ones that matter. How do you fit 2 hours extra into your day? I, long time ago, started getting up at 4 a.m. Maybe you're like, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. And that's fine if you don't. I actually probably devote more than 2 hours per day, but it's a minimum of 2 hours per day for personal development because I work out for at least an hour every day. So in addition to my physical workout, I'm doing my brain. I read every day. I read the Bible. I read scripture. I read personal development books. I read something on mastering my skills, whatever I'm focused on right now. Like I'm reading Brian Tracy's book, No Excuses, on self-discipline. Love that freaking book. That one's hard to put down. And I'm studying the book of Proverbs. So I'm doing the 31 Days of Wisdom, which you get from Proverbs. And then I'm reading actually 3 books right now, which I usually don't read 3 at a time, but I'm reading. And then I work out, and then I go get ready for work. I have to take a shower, and I have to do my makeup and my hair. That takes at least an hour, sometimes more. The entire time I'm getting ready, I'm listening. I'm listening to podcasts, or I'm listening to some kind of training. I may have it on my phone, a video running where I'm only listening to it because I have to get ready, so I'm not watching, but I'm listening. I also listen to stuff in my car. I don't make, a lot of people in the real estate world and in sales make cold calls from their car while they're driving to make use of all their time. And I get it, fine and dandy. For me, it doesn't work. I don't like it because I'm distracted. And when I'm on the phone making calls like that, I don't want to be distracted. I want to be focused because you have a better outcome when you're focused. And I like to write things down. I'm always taking notes when I'm on a call. I'll do coaching calls while I'm in the car, scheduled calls all day long. But if I'm not on a scheduled call, like I'm listening to something, I'm listening to a training, I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm re-listening to something, because you got to listen to things more than once for them to sink in. And then I go to conferences and workshops at least quarterly, bare minimum, sometimes monthly, just depending on where they are and what we're doing. So that's the secret, y'all. Think you can do it? You can. So that leads me to the point of this video. We have a conference coming up, and it's January 29th, and it's called Time to Thrive. It's my own. Paul, it's been a vision of mine for a long time. Paul helped put it together, so it is our conference. I don't have to go ask somebody if I can offer a discount. I don't have to go ask somebody if I can give free tickets away, because it costs. Do you know how much it costs to put events on? A lot if they're good. This event is costing over $40,000. And guess who's paying for it? You're not. So I have to front all the money and then hopefully sell enough tickets and get enough sponsorships to recoup it, just so you, the people in sales, can learn, because it's that important, and I believe wholeheartedly in it because it's impactful. So there's a cost. Well, there was a cost to the ticket. It was $47. Well, with that, you not only get lunch, it's a 9 to 5 event at the Improv, nonstop. We're not going to freaking BS you. You're not going to come in there and have time to network and chit chat. You're going to be able to network if you choose to, right before and after. But when we're in the room in the Improv, it's go time, and it's nonstop. 16 people are going to be freaking unloading on you, okay? So $47 got you floor tickets. Well, those are gone. Improv holds 400 people, so the bottom level on the floor are gone. So we opened up general admission, which we've now sold a crap ton of those. And I said, this is going to sell out, and it is. And I want it to, because number one, I don't want to eat the tickets, right? I don't want to eat some of this. I mean, I will, which is why I'm making this video. I will for some of y'all that didn't sell a house last year, or are in that 80% of the real estate population that sold 0 to 6 homes last year, which is like 80%. If you're like, I want to go to this event because I know it's going to be mind blowing, but you don't have $27, because that's what the tickets are now. They're only $27. If you don't have that, you can reach out to me. Not here, on my phone. You have my phone number likely. Send a text or a DM. Tell me why. No, don't even tell me why. Just, you know what? I know if you're going to be a BSer and lie and be like, oh, I don't have $27, and you do, then oh well, like you should feel stupid and whatever. But this isn't about ego or pride. This is literally because I want the right people to be in the right rooms and have an opportunity to show up, learn from people that have been where you are and have 10x to where you are and are living their best lives ever. Because all 16 people that are going to teach and train you are living amazing lives. I know them all. They're all my friends. So that's the world that I live in. I get to do life with super freaking cool people like that who show up and want to give back. So if you can't do the $27, the event ticket is timetothrive26.com. If you can't do the $26, reach out to me. I won't tell anybody. I'll send you, there's not a code yet created, but I'll send you one because I want you to be there. So you better hurry up though, because here's the deal. When the tickets are gone and they're selling, like I see the sales coming in, when the tickets are gone, I can't make any more. Like when the room is sold out, like that's it. So we can't oversell, they won't let us. So reach out to me, be in the room. Don't do if you're in that population in real estate that you've done now 2 years in a row of 6 homes or less, you owe it to yourself to either get in this room and learn or get out of the business, because there's business to be had, there's money to be made, and if you didn't, you just haven't learned the right skills and no one held you accountable and you weren't with the right people. So hit me up. I'll help you out with a code that I'll create or hit Paul up to, because we are the ones running this event. It is our own event, therefore we don't have to ask permission. timetothrive26.com. Bye y'all. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm.